Class stand, we're going back to Australia, so let's sing about that kookaburra. Kookaburra sits on the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bushes he. Laugh, kookaburra, glad your life must be. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, eating all the gumdrops he can see. Stop, kookaburra, stop. Kookaburra, say some there for me. Great job. Sit down and check your hands and your eyes, because today we are going back to the bush. Where are we going? Bush. Going back to the bush. That's right. So let's look at what animal that we might be looking at today. But first, let's talk about these animals that God made that we've already learned about. What kind of animal is that? The kookaburra. What is it? The kookaburra. And what animal is this? The koala bear. We talked a little bit about the koala bear, that's right, or the koala. And then how about this animal? Kangaroo. The kangaroo. We kind of just mentioned about the kangaroo a little bit, so we might talk more about that kangaroo. And then what's this animal?
The wombat.
The wombat, that's right. And this silly looking one? The platypus, that's right. So we've learned lots about some animals, and we've talked about different ones before, and we might talk again about the koala and the kangaroo. Well, today we are going to talk about another one. Let's look at this animal right here.
Ostrich.
You know, he kind of looks like an ostrich, doesn't he? But guess what? It is not an ostrich.
What is it?
It is called an emu. Say that with me.
An
emu, that's right, an emu. Now, it's very much kind of like an ostrich. It has very much similarities. That means it's very similar. Remember, it's not an opposite. An opposite is what? Completely
different.
Completely different. But if something is similar, that means it's almost alike. It's got the same things that look alike or might be alike. So the emu is very much like an ostrich. It's big, it's a bird, and it doesn't fly, Luke, just like the ostrich doesn't fly, because he's too big to fly, isn't he? His body is way too big. But you know what? Just like the ostrich can run really, really fast, Joseph, do you think you could outrun an emu? Nope, you couldn't. He runs really, really, really fast. In fact, I've learned that he can run like 30 miles per hour. He runs pretty fast. He really does. And he runs really fast. Now, guess how tall he can grow? Do you know he can be as tall as Mrs. Stewart? He can be. Because I've learned that he can grow, or she can grow to be about 5.5 feet tall. And that's almost as tall as Mrs. Stewart. Or probably taller. I think I'm a little bit taller than that. Just a little bit taller, because I'm 5'2.5". So I guess I'm a little bit taller than the emu. But the emu can be as tall as Mrs. Stewart. So isn't that cool that the emu is about as tall as me? If the emu was standing right here, he'd be as tall as me right now. Isn't that kind of cool? No. Now, here's another thing about the emu. The emu will do just like the ostrich does. He will dig a hole in the ground, and the mommy emu will get grass and leaves and will make a nice nest, and she will lay her eggs, and she will lay up to about 10 eggs. And guess what? Her eggs are not like a football, but guess what? They're green. They're green. They're big. They are big, yes, they're green. Now, when we saw an ostrich egg, remember we looked at the ostrich egg and it kind of reminded us of a football, but their eggs are green. So if you saw an emu egg, it would be green. And guess what? It kind of feels funny if you touched it. Have you ever gotten, maybe when you went to the beach and maybe you got sand on the floor, or maybe mommy dumped out some sand and you put your shoes by accident on the table and there was some sand on the table? Well, you know how it feels kind of like gritty? Have you ever felt sand like that? Well, that's what, kind of like sandpaper. That is exactly what the emu egg feels like. It feels like sandpaper, like sand on the floor or table. If you spill out your shoes on the floor that have sand on it, you would feel that, and it's kind of gritty and feels funny. That's what an emu's egg does. It feels that way, and it's green. And then the daddy will sit on the eggs like the ostrich does. So it's very much has similarities like the ostrich. And the ostrich or I mean like the emu will sit there and keep the eggs warm while the mommy goes out and looks for food. And they like to eat fruit and they like to eat vegetables, just like an ostrich might like to eat some fruit too. Now, guess what? They are not friends, the emu, they are not friends of the farmers in Australia. Do you know why? Because they like to play tricks with the farmer. They like to go and knock down the fences and play and hit the fences down and let the sheep out. They do. So they are not very nice friends to the farmer. They're not good helpers. So when the farmers see the emus, they do not make the farmers very happy. Because some animals are good helpers, aren't they? Like sheep are helpers for the shepherds and for the farmers because they can use their wool and they sell their wool to make money. The farmer can use a cow because a cow will help give milk, right? But the emu is not a good helper. The farmers do not want emus anywhere near the farm at all. Now, he can run fast, so he can run faster than you. Can he fly? No, he cannot fly. But look at his feathers. He almost does kind of have like ostrich feathers too, as far as the color goes. Because remember how the mommy ostrich has that brown color on her body, and the daddy ostrich had the black feathers? Well, on the emus are black and brown. They have both color feathers, black and brown, and they will be good because they can be camouflaged when they're sitting on their eggs. Guess what the babies look like? You're going to like this. You know how Mrs. Stewart likes polka dots? Well, they don't have polka dots, but they have something else that I really like too. Lucia, come see Mrs. Stewart. They do. When the baby emus are born, their feathers have stripes on them, just like Lucia. All right, thank you. Just like Lucia, their feathers have stripes on them until they start to grow up. And when they get older, then their feathers start to turn and be black and brown like the mommies. Isn't that cool? They already come out with a special kind of feathers, those striped feathers, so that's pretty cool. So God made all of these neat animals that live where? In Australia, that's right. So if you ever go to Australia, you could find these animals. They kind of look like animals that we have here, only a little bit different. This emu reminds us of a what?
Ostrich.
An ostrich, that's right. And the kookaburra, it's a great big what?
Bird.
It is. Is it bigger than a cardinal? Yes. Is it bigger than the red-headed woodpecker? Yes. It is a great big bird, and it is big and fat with lots of feathers. And then this animal right here, what is that? A platypus, that's right. And then we have that cute little wombat right there and all these other animals that you could find in Australia. Oh, it is so neat to learn about all these animals. Which one is your favorite, Cyrus?
The platypus.
The platypus. Which one is your favorite, Joseph?
The tiger.
Well, there's no tigers on here. Which one's your favorite?
Kangaroo.
The kangaroo. What would be your favorite, Catherine?
The koala.
The koala. Oh, that's so cute. And I think I really like that wombat right there. He just looks so fluffy. I don't think we could cuddle any of these animals, although they are fun if you got them as a stuffed animal. But these are neat animals, and God made each and every one of them, just like God made each and every one of you special. God made these animals too to live in the bush in Australia.